sorry.
Oh, I love you.
Say it again.
I love you.
How long?
Since the day you arrived. At the office.
Bit of new. Art school, if you ask my opinion, well, they present no problems.
Girls.
What?
I said girls.
Oh, yeah.
And they can't spell, they can't type. They make £15 a week, which took me the best part of my life to rise up to. And what use are they? Can you please tell me that, number 2?
Oh,
Yes, they can read their horoscopes all day. They fill their desks with wet towels and flannels and toothpaste. They bung up the toilet with tea leaves. They burst into tears if you so much as mention the fact they're half an hour late. What earthly use they are. Oh.
Well, hello. You're going to brighten up our wallpaper. What would you care for? Penguin biscuit, choc roll?
Not really.
Oh, would you care for a cup of tea?
Thank you. I think I'm being got one, actually.
Oh, would you like a ham sandwich?
I'm not hungry.
Oh.
Hello.
Excuse me. You settling in all right, miss?
Yes, thank you.
I'm chief personnel. It's my job to look after the health and happiness of you young ladies. And I get paid for doing it. Amazing, isn't it? From art school, aren't you?
Essex Technical.
I thought so. It's a funny thing in personnel. We can always tell the ones that hail from art school. More poise, more experience of life.
Have they?
I suppose it's all the parties they've lived through. Gives them that relaxed expression.
Well, I didn't go to many parties.
Smart?
Well, I thought that we weren't allowed to.
Well, we can relax the rules and regulations once in a while. In special cases.
Excuse me, son. No tea.
You're Harris's number 2, aren't you?
That's right.
I thought you types meant to have tea served in the office.
Well, we relax rules and regulations once in a while.
Well, don't forget to come up to personnel anytime anything's worrying you. Any trivial little thing. And we can chew it over. In the privacy of the office.
Thank you. There's nothing worrying me. I thought you types had tea in your office.
To tell you the truth, I'm glad to get out of there.
Well, honour us with your presence.
I'm only number 2 on the executive side.
Still, you do have your own hat stand.
You know a lot, don't you?
Not everything. I don't know where the print room is.
Don't you really?
No. The supervisor said to me, go down to the print room, dear, and chase them off on a Spanish ivy. And I just said yes, and now I'm stranded.
Finished your tea?
Yeah.
Well, I'll show you where it is.
Thank you.
It's a bit, tricky on your own. darling, darling, what are you doing down here then? You do what? Hey, well, what about me then?
Oh,
It's just not very convenient for me to get out.
it's all right,
No, I'll tell you how I spend my evenings. You wouldn't believe how I have to spend my evenings.
wouldn't I?
No. She's got hold of so many labor-saving devices, I have to spend all night with a screwdriver in my hand, keeping them in order.
She's all right.
Yes, that's right. Dishwasher, ironer, Vegemasta. And now she's got hold of an electric polisher that lights up.
What's the idea behind that, then?
To spot the dust. Well, I mean, if there's only two of you, what's the point of keeping the place humming like a factory?
I expect you're right.
Of course, in the daytime, well, I'm more my own master then.
It's nice, this garden.
Yeah, they keep it very nice.
Look at those flowers, straight as soldiers.
Hup! She'll never have any. The
I
untidiness
never
will drive her
asked
out.
you.
No, you didn't. What are they, anyway?
What?
What, those flowers?
Geraniums?
Make a good wallpaper.
Don't even speak of it. Who invented walls, anyway?
You've settled in now, haven't you?
What do you mean?
Well, I mean, in the office, you're more happy,
Yes, yes. What do they call this place?
Well, the Embankment Gardens.
Mm-hmm. They get very friendly here in the Embankment Gardens, don't they?
Well, probably they got nowhere else to go.
Why did you give him such a lot?
Just to celebrate. I'm going to Ealing. You?
Gower Street. It's the other direction.
Beautiful.
What?
Those roses.
Fiddling things.
Not going out?
I wasn't hungry. What about you?
I wasn't hungry either. Must be very satisfying.
What must be very satisfying?
Well, to be able to paint as well as that.
Oh, I expect you could if you had the practice. Go on, have a try.
No, I couldn't do that.
Go on. I'd have said you're artistic looking at you.
No. I used to make up stories, though, when I was a kid.
Go on.
Used to write them down, even. Don't get time for that, not nowadays. But they said I had imagination. For a kid.
I bet you did.
You care for a walk?
All right.
Doesn't she ever go out for lunch?
Diet. I didn't think it'd be like this. An amalgamated wallpaper.
Didn't you?
Not when I came for the interview.
It's a building riddled with intrigue and romance. Hey.
Honest, they look as if they'd never tell a lie.
Well, not unless it was absolutely necessary.
Let me see your hand.
What for?
I'm very good at reading hands. What an endless life. That's funny.
What?
Not much sign of passion.
The hands can be very misleading.
Nanny had to return.
She can't say anything, are we?
Sheila's got engaged.
Really, actually did it.
We came to celebrate, but there's no tables.
Well, let's sit down.
Well, sit down anyway.
Are you sure you don't mind?
No.
Well, it is a big table. We came to get away from the canteen food.
Well, so did we, actually.
Martin said we could be engaged if it wasn't for that wife he's got. This is Sylvester in the Isle of Wight. He's a bit, round the edges.
Well, he looks very strong.
She's a drag, that wife of Martin's. He keeps saying I should meet her. He gets these super legs of his because he bicycles such a lot.
And what about those bunny rabbits we had to do today? That's bunny rabbits, flopsy foxes, baby elephants. What's the difference?
You know a lot about wine, don't you?
Well, it's hardly at room temperature, is it?
I haven't measured it, dear.
Sylvester loves wine.
Beaujolais.
Why don't you give Sheila a glass?
So I told her honestly. I said bunny rabbits on wallpaper went out with the ark. I said, why not try bulls like Picasso?
But you'd never get her to be contemporary. Super wine.
Yes, it is, isn't it? I think bulls will be bulls or goats. You got a match? I'd love to do something really idiotic with goats.
You never told me whether you like my ring. Sylvester went to 3 shops before he chose it. He says it matches the colour of my eyes. Really, it does. Yes, it does. Yes, it does.
Box of matches. On your own? Well, that's what it amounts to.
But you know, the clusters in the middle, they've got some lovely ones down. Do you think so? I think these are more delicate. Do you? Yes, which shop did you go to?
A me, che t'ho trovata miezza a paglia con quel galantuomo del sindaco. A me lo dici? Ma a te qua chi ti ci ha fatto venire? Nessuno, nessuno!
It's a big town. I mean, it has 7 million inhabitants. 7 million. There's no end to it. It stretches as far as the eye can see.
It certainly does that.
Look at all those new building projects. Redevelopment. Think what's invested in all that lot. Millions. Well, there must be somewhere.
What?
Well, where we could go.
You'd think there would be.
I love you.
Say it again.
I love you. If I was to find somewhere, would you go in your lunch hour? Would you?
Yes.
Can I help you at all?
Oh, yes. Cody. Why, so you have the Rotarians lunching here next month?
Yes, we always help out the Rotarians.
Yeah. Well,
Will you be with them?
No. Not on that occasion. I remember, naturally, yes. I have been for years, but...
I try to do my best. I'm not
That's
sure.
just what they
that
said. Their very words. So, when I was, faced with this problem...
What problem?
Well, it's more of a family matter, as it so happens.
Your family?
Yes, that's right. You see, well, it's a question of accommodation, but it's rather complicated.
Well, we do a lot of family accommodation in this hotel.
Yes, that's what I heard. Well, it might take a little time to explain.
Well, come along to my private office, Mr.
Smith. Harcourt Smith.
Oh, Harcourt Smith. Oh, that is...
Yes, we do a lot for the Rotary. Splendid organization. Have you ever spoken?
Taxi! You see, I was faced with this terrible problem. I mean, how could a man and a
Girl?
without any kind of luggage
Oh, we've got no luggage.
come here just for the lunch hour?
Your only free time.
Yeah. So well, I told her a very good story.
Story? Well, what story?
I said we needed the room for an hour's good talk.
Well, couldn't we do that in the lounge?
No. There's no privacy.
Well, what about at your place?
No. I told her I had the most terrible landlady, a real dragon, wouldn't allow visitors of the opposite sex. I said she even put up a notice about it in the hall.
You told the manageress that?
Well, she was very sorry for me when I told her I couldn't use my digs for our little talk.
Talk? What are we going to say for all this length of time?
Nothing.
Well, wouldn't that be letting her down?
We've got the room, that's all that matters.
It's not all that sordid, really. Look at that wallpaper. Plenty of repeats.
Yes, it's Windsor.
That's not Windsor, it's,
What?
it's Edinburgh, the Keep.
No, it's not. It's Windsor. You can tell by that flag that keeps turning out.
Please. There's one thing I do know, it's wallpaper.
Oh, what does it matter? Let's make ourselves at home. Take off our coats.
It's cold.
I'll light the fire. Oh, you take shirts. Damn.
Ah, look. Would it take sixpences? I know I've got 2 sixpences. better tell me all about it. I mean, honestly, I'm confused myself at this moment.
Well, I had to think of somewhere, so I hit on, Scarborough.
Where?
Scarborough. Yorks.
You said I lived up there?
Yes, you made a trip up to see me so that we could talk.
To see you?
Yeah. I explained it was such a long way up north that, well, you couldn't make the journey very often.
All right. What reason did you give her for not living in Scarborough, too? What's the matter with you? Can't you stand the climate? Are you delicate or something?
No, I said I got digs in London.
Thank you very much.
No, it's one of those separations that can't be helped, you see. Now, they moved me down here to the London office. Well, we've got this house in Scarborough. So you're there. Only temporary, of course.
Is that the way to treat a wife?
You're not my wife.
That's one consolation.
Look, I'm in love with you, remember? That's all that matters. They were just things I had to say.
I suppose so.
Well, will you stop worrying then?
All right.
Look, we're alone. Really alone. We've got this place all to our own two selves.
Now, drink that down and you'll feel the benefit. You must be worn out.
She's not very tired.
Well, they are a strain. On a long journey, they can...
What are?
I know the tricks they get up to. Running up and down the corridor. Poking their nose into the first class. Playing with the chickens in the guards van. Getting themselves locked up in the ooh jar.
Like a sort of dream.
Never seen London before, have they, your little lot? Their first tube and double-decker. If I know anything, it'll be the Chamber of Horrors for you this afternoon.
Will it?
Do you know what my little Bobby does on a long journey?
How can I possibly tell?
You finished your tea?
It's hot.
Oh, you don't want it?
I might as well finish it.
On a long journey, young Bobby takes out his box of crayons, chalks the marks of an infectious disease on his face before the journey commences.
What for?
To ensure privacy in the compartment.
Oh, does it work?
9 times out of 10, and if not...
Yes.
If not... You can make it pretty sticky for those who do venture in. But why I was telling you about the Chamber of Horrors was this. When his cousins come on a visit from the north, it's always down the stairs at Madame Tussaud's that they make their first port of call.
I don't like that sort of thing. Have you finished your tea, darling?
They don't like Madame Tussaud's.
Nervous, gentle children. Weak on history. You want to take the cup and saucer, won't you? Our children.
Oh, what?
Our 2 little headaches, darling. We wouldn't be without them for the world.
Our 2?
Well, after the little girl, your husband must have been thrilled to get his boy.
Congratulations.
Well, time's getting on, isn't it?
Oh, yes, I mustn't sit here chattering with you all day. Pleasant as it is. Oh, dear me, no. Your youngsters will be excited, though, won't they? Seeing Auntie again.
Who's Auntie?
Just someone I told her about.
What on earth you told her?
To get the room.
I suppose so.
Because I honestly love you.
All the same. I do seem to have a whole lot of relatives I never knew existed. Why aren't the children with us?
Ah.
What do you mean, ah?
Well, that needs a bit of explanation.
I should think it did.
Had me floored to start with.
Go on.
But then I thought, well, there's really no reason why I shouldn't have a relative of some kind. So I invented Auntie. She's my eldest sister. Lives near the Heath.
Is that a good thing?
Well, I said it was a godsend. She's kindly offered to look after the children.
They're with her now?
Well, she's quite capable. A hospital matron, that's what she used to be.
I should think they must be totally confused in their tiny little minds.
Confused?
Utterly bewildered.
Why?
For God's sake, what's it all about? Those tiny little children are woken out of their beds at what must have been a cruelly early hour in Scarborough and dragged all the way to London, only to be dumped with some ex-matron of an aunt while we scurry up to a small private hotel. And another thing about those children. Where are they going to spend the night?
Well, I did say.
Go on. You can't
Then you want to get back?
To Scarborough?
Well, after all, it is your home. Only temporary, of course.
Sexman from Scarborough. Pop 43985. Early closing wet. London, 203 miles. That's 406 miles a day. You would laughingly see me travel with two tiny children who'd be dropping asleep by the time we reached home. And supposing we couldn't find a taxi? I don't think you're fit to have children.
I haven't got any.
Oh, and I've given birth to them and all that. All you can think of doing is sending them on long, exhausting and pointless journeys, practically the whole length of the British Isles.
Look, will you please?
3 lives you've got in your hands, 3!
I was desperate.
Then why couldn't you come up at the weekend? Well,
They put up the fares.
it's a good excuse.
What?
Very convenient excuse.
Look, who do you think I am?
I don't know what you do to these shirts.
I mean, I'm not the Commissioner of Transport. I don't decide the policy of the railway.
All right, then.
All right.
What's going on in that office of yours?
You mean what's going on?
Well, don't suppose it's staffed entirely by men, is it?
No? No, there are a few girls in the drawing office.
Oh, you never talk about them.
Well, there's nothing to say, really.
What have you put that on for?
I mustn't get my
Well, the
train.
clock's going.
I don't trust it.
Oh, of course, you can't miss your train, can you? You've got to see all those girls get to work safe and sound on Monday morning.
Look, I tell you, we had no communication with them. The executive side get tea in our office, and the girls have theirs by a trolley in the corridor.
You mean you never meet them?
Only in passing.
They've been on about the fence again.
What?
Diane's rabbit got thrown into Mr. Plumstead's garden. He's going to get onto the council.
Oh, well, I'll see to it.
He said you said that last year. He's lost all his best chrysanthemums.
Look, I said I'd see
He
to
said
it.
to me, why don't you ask your husband? And I said, oh, he's not here long enough to unblock a drain. I said, I might as well go to evening classes, plumbing and carpentry.
Look, I'll give it a full day the next time I'm up.
What are they? Art students?
What a what?
Those girls in the drawing office.
Yeah, some of them went to art school.
I read an exposure on art schools last Sunday.
Look, they're very nice girls.
Mm-hmm.
They're very well educated. Some fix you up with an outing to London.
Well, I can't leave the children.
Well, we'll arrange something. It might be important.
What do you mean? Oh, for heaven's sake.
I'll send you a postcard.
What do you mean?
Mummy! Can I have an ice cream?
Shh, I'm trying to listen.
I want an ice cream.
All right, all right. Yes, yes, I have. Ronnie, bring that shilling back
But
here.
you said I could. Ronnie, like Mummy said. It's not fair.
Look, Ronnie, that's all the change I've got. Now bring it back here.
All right, Mummy, I'll make it.
Ronnie! Ronnie! I beg your pardon. Oh, just a moment.
I've got to tell him. Can I
Thank you,
please
Susan. Oh, Susan.
Daddy, son,
Susan, thank you. Give me that, thank you.
I want to tell Daddy about the rabbit. Daddy, tell him if you did, Daddy.
Stop it.
Oh, Elvis, he's been sick, Daddy. Twice, sick. I think he's going to have a baby. I'll do it. Wasn't that a silly thing to do?
Will you please try and reconnect me? London Central 7550.
There's no need to be nervous. He's kind to children.
Extension 307, please. Yes.
So long as they don't show their fear. Then he's liable to get very vicious.
Look, will you please take him away?
Is that you, darling?
He's been sick, Daddy. Twice. Poor old Elvis. How are you, Daddy?
Will you take him away? Go and get your comic.
What did you say?
Look, I got your postcard. What do you want to talk about then?
I want you to come up to London.
When?
Well, I thought on Tuesday.
I've got the comic.
Stop.
What did you say that for?
Not you.
Well, can you come up?
Oh, what about the kids?
Well, bring them too. Aunt will be glad to look after them. It's just for the day.
What do you want to talk about?
I thought we might meet at a hotel I found. It's called the Derby, private residential. Near the station, a taxi will take you there. It's convenient for the north of England.
Look, what do you want to talk about?
Well, I'll tell you when I see
3 minutes. Do you wish extra time?
Yes, no, please, please tell me.
I'll see you on Tuesday. Now, you catch the 6 a.m. It arrives at 11:30. It's quite a decent train.
Please.
So the fool got some back into the water, and there was the naughty earwig sitting
Stop it, can't you?
I'm amusing you.
What? Look, have some
Where are we
idea.
going to London? Hello, said the earwig. Oh, shut up about that silly.
Would you like a biscuit?
Silly, please.
All right, then, but sit properly, can't you?
It's a lovely story.
All right, darling, we know. We just don't all want to hear it, that's all.
Who don't all want to hear it?
All the people.
Oh, then. Why are we going to London?
Look, would you like a drink?
Yes, please. What's that place?
Grantham.
Oh, how far?
I think it's about 2 hours.
But why are we going to London?
To see your auntie.
We don't like Auntie. She sort of crackles when she walks.
Look now, you'll have a lovely time at your auntie's.
No, we won't. But what are you and Daddy going to do?
Well, it seems like we're going to talk. Look at you. What's your auntie going to say now?
Child's sopping wet.
We had an accident.
Well, he'll have to go right upstairs and change. I should have thought you'd have known what that can lead to.
Well, they were up early. They're a bit tired.
Bronchitis and pneumonia before you can say Jack Robinson, with complications. They do look tired, I must say.
We've had a very long journey.
But I won't ask you in. I'll have plenty to do looking after these. I'll go through their mending, of course.
They're mended perfectly well, thank
you. Of course, it's too much to expect anyone to darn a pair of knickers when there's all this free entertainment in the home. I know what it is nowadays. Sit and watch television while all our underclothes fall to pieces.
They've had all new ones, I can assure you.
They have to, of course, when they get past mending. No wonder your husband looks worried. He wants to talk to you, doesn't he?
That's what he said?
It's none of my business. I told him that the first day he ever married you. I won't interfere, I told him. We've all got to work out our own salvation.
I'll be back for them as soon as I can.
Don't hurry yourself. Give me time to tidy these youngsters up a bit. First of all, we can all do with a good scrub behind the ears, can't we?
Why couldn't we talk at Auntie's?
Well, the manageress did raise that.
I'm raising it too.
Of course, it was out of the question.
Why?
Well, Auntie wouldn't have entertained the idea.
Oh, wouldn't she?
Well, I mean, it takes all sorts.
What's wrong with Auntie? Why does she treat me like that?
Like what?
Like I was a nasty mess in the outpatient.
Well, I mean, there's no point in digging up that old buried action.
Which?
Well, you see, you and Auntie never exactly hit it off.
No.
I told the manageress that Auntie refused to come to our wedding.
Oh, did she?
And since then, well, there's been a bit of an east wind blowing between you.
Auntie? Who does she think she is?
No, it wasn't your fault. No, I told the manageress, look, it's just one of those things that happens in all families. You certainly did your best. I gave you all the...
Who does she think she is? Ex-matron, indeed. What's that? Florence Nightingale? Madame Curie? What's her great achievement? Rolling up some royalty in a blanket bath? Being present at the removal of a so-called appendix from a so-called film star in a nameless nursing home in Golders Green? I know those type of matrons. Heartless! Knit and gossip all night and drink cocoa in the face of death. Snob! Refusing to attend the reception my father can ill afford.
She's not real.
She's real to me.
Now, listen, you've got...
Snobs! That's the one thing we can't tolerate in my family, thank God. There's one type of person that just seems to me so low that I couldn't get any lower if I got down on my stomach and wriggled under the door.
But look, all I'm trying
My
to say...
father's been an ordinary bus driver for 20 years, and there's only one type of person that he wouldn't give house room to in any circumstances, and that's a snob. Also, he can't put up with a Welsh.
Look, all I said was that Auntie had old-fashioned ideas.
You mean you told her?
What?
Well, about us in the lunch hours.
Where have you got me now?
Where have you got yourself?
I found a shilling for you. There. Now, who's got a match? There now. That makes it more cozy and home-like, doesn't it? Oh, dear.
I thought you'd never go.
Well, she's gone now.
We've only got 15 minutes left.
I know.
Won't you take off your coat?
I dread it.
Why?
If anyone says I want to talk to you, I get this sick feeling. I start to shake. That's what happens. Ever since I've been a child, it's been the same since I can remember. The head designer may say, I'd like a word with you this afternoon. Or my father said, be home early next Wednesday afternoon. We've got something to talk over. And I just start to sweat in the palms of my hands. And whatever they've got to say, I don't want them to say it. So please, please, I don't want you to talk to me.
I'm not going to talk to you.
What?
There's nothing to worry about.
Why did you say that then?
Say what?
That you wanted me for a serious talk.
Listen.
No!
Look, we've got so little time. And if this goes wrong...
What?
Well, what have we got left?
It seems I've always felt the children.
Don't you understand? Aren't it? You're the only one I care about. It's true. And I sit at home with the labour-saving devices and the bright red hanging-to-self wallpaper and the Scandinavian lampshade. Just think about you all the time. And now we've won ourselves this bit of time. Please, don't waste it.
No. I did love you. What were you going to say?
Nothing!
But it must have been something of great importance.
I told you it was nothing.
But you're not the sort of man to bring a woman all this way just to discuss the weather, are you?
I never even thought.
Hour after hour through that long journey, the thought going round and round and round in my head. What's he got to say? What's so bad it can't be said on the telephone? Do you think I've had much sleep since you told me? Do you care?
Don't you understand?
Not yet. You haven't told me yet. Let's face it now. Let's get it out of the way at last.
There's nothing to say.
Or are you the sort of man who'd bring his wife all this way to tell her something of great importance and then shut up as tight as an oyster?
No, of course.
Coming to look at you, I think that's the sort of man you might be.
I'm not. Listen.
Because it can only be one thing, can't it? For me to have come all this way to hear it, it can only be one logical thing.
What?
What's the matter with you? Do you want me to say it for you?
If you know what it is.
Well, of course I know. Are you scared now? Don't you dare to tell me?
Well, of course.
Oh,
I
of
don't know what
course.
you're talking
It was
about.
all right once in a while, wasn't it? Coming up every other weekend when you were feeling generous to get your shirts mended, when you had no one else to do it for you.
It's not true.
But now there is someone else, isn't there? Someone from your place of employment with no ties, like two tiny children trailing round after her. Well, go on, say it.
No, I can't.
Be kind. Try and put it nicely. It's no one's fault. We weren't really suited. We just drifted apart. But I just wasn't cut out to be a husband. Well, that's true anyway. All right. It's all over. It's finished. I'll give you your freedom. We're not going to be married anymore.
That's not part of the story.
Oh, yes, it is. It had to end somehow, didn't it? Can you think of another ending?
There must be one somewhere.
I've got to be getting back.
It's all over, isn't it?
You should never have explained our presence.